Money to bring Syrian refugees to the UK so they can settle in Ceredigion is calling on the government in Westminster to make changes to its resettlement scheme. At the moment, community groups can fund the cost of bringing refugees here, but they cannot choose to sponsor family members or close friends of those already living in the area. Matt Murray has the story.
Karwan Jawad prepares dinner in his new home. He was an aircraft technician for the Iraqi Air Force, but fled Baghdad 18 months ago after threats to his life from the so-called Islamic State. He's moved in with Vicky Moller and her son Ket on the outskirts of Cardigan. Vicky runs croeso tifi, an organisation set up to help bring Syrian refugees to safety. Karwan now plans on helping those refugees settle in Wales.
I'm ready to help because I know the situation when they come, when they arrive here, they don't have friends. They, like when I was seeing someone speaks Arabic or Kurdish, I felt very happy.
The UK government works with councils to rehome some refugees from camps bordering Syria, but also operates a community sponsorship programme. The scheme allows groups like croeso tifi to raise money to bring people here. Community organisations wishing to welcome families must raise at least £9,000 per family. That's £4,500 per adult, and include a detailed plan on how they will provide housing and be able to cater for their needs. The scheme was inspired by a similar programme in Canada, but Vicky believes the UK one is still lacking.
So we have no rights to invite people that we know, and that is kind of inhumane and harsh, because there are real bonds between people in this country, whether they're refugees or locals, and some people abroad whose lives are at risk.
The Home Office says they are working closely with the UN High Commissioner for Refugees to identify those most at risk and will bring them to the UK first. It goes on to say it's helping people requiring urgent medical treatment, survivors of violence and torture, and women and children at risk. Aberystwyth was one of the first trailblazing British towns to resettle vulnerable Syrians. It's now home to 20 refugees. The resettlement programme has been so successful here that a conference was recently held in the town with government officials and charities. The plan is now to bring further families from Syria to the seaside town. Lindsay Gaunt and Sean Meredith are from Aberaid, an organisation formed in response to the refugee crisis.
They hear of the ongoing conflict and sometimes, the pain and the destruction that happens to their own communities and their own families. And that can be quite traumatic for them. And so, there's a lot of love and support and befriending that they need.
2 years ago, these refugees were flying away from suffering, but also from their families and friends. But now they've made this part of Ceredigion their home.